Good morning, Cape Town.
Good morning.
Sugar. Good morning, Cape Town.
Good morning.
Can you pretend like you're excited? I heard that some people will be getting money. They haven't been to the bank for a long time. If anything, that's the reason for you to be excited. You need to celebrate. So this light here symbolizes the beginning of a new you, right? Because this internship program provides a platform for you to rise, to soar, to the successful, influential, networked, powerful you. You have the advantage. Some of us never, ever got paid to do an internship. We slotted it throughout and made it on the other side of the channel. You are fortunate. You are getting money. And you have had many programs that NRF has. I was the beneficiary of most of those programs. I got an opportunity to study here, did my PhD abroad. I stayed in the US for a while, worked, got opportunity, and now I am here, and I'm excited to be talking to you. Actually, let's do this. May you all stand up. We're gonna sing and dance here. We need to celebrate. I don't see life here. I don't see life here. This guy's gonna give you instructions, and you just follow through. Let's go now. I want to see some movement. All right, all right. Come on now, come on now. Okay, so is that all you have to offer? We are familiar with these two pictures. If you are not, you soon will be. After all, you have no choice. The big question that most people ask while they are still here are those three big questions. Did I live? Did I love? Did I matter? I had an opportunity to engage with some of my relatives before they departed from this planet when they're in the hospital and listen to conversation they had. This is the big three questions. They do not ask about whether my car is still there on the parking lot or whether my house is paid off or not. No! Did I live? Did I love? Did I matter? Most of the time when we go throughout life, we miss these big three questions and we focus on the non-essentials. We solve for X. I understand this interns do science and all that stuff. They like to solve for things. Solve for X. When is your day? You don't know. When is my day? I don't know. But then the surprise is, why do we live life as if that X, we have solved for it? So the big question that you need to ask continually is, am I giving the best that I got wherever I am? And if you take that and put it on your shoulder, knowing that someday you're going to go, and you don't know when, it will change your mind. Slightly. Some people, it works for them, for some people, it doesn't. If you go to the hospital and they tell you have 2 weeks left, let's make it a little bit longer, 2 months. Would you still do the things that you're doing now, or slightly different? I think slightly different. Because now you can prioritize things that are essential and stop loafing around as if you have more time. When my kid was born, Malebo, I looked at her and asked a question. Why is she here? And then I came across a lovely song that sort of answers the question. And I believe this is true to all of us. And the song is sung by a lady called Edie from Kenya.
You were born to be the light of the world. You were born to be
Who knows? Different things do it for different people. Music does it for me. I listen to it and I feel nothing can stop me. Nobody. If there's a song, and there's a song for everything, right? Every moment has a song. For some people, songs do it. For some people, it's other things. You gotta know what does it for you and get it on with business. One thing that I do currently, I work for the CSIR, one of the science councils. We have their programs at the science councils. I'm the director for one of the divisions there called Biosciences. I have a group of about 180 brilliant scientists that I work with. About 60% of them have master's degree and above. So you can understand the challenge of managing such a group of talented people. They know it all. So I have to navigate through and say, oh, stop doing this, let's do this, oh, don't do this, why are we doing this? But from working with them, I have learned valuable lessons. In addition to those people, we take about 20 interns from various programs. And as the statistics, we absorbed about 60%. Some of them we don't, they go. Now you may ask the question, what kind of interns do we take? What kind of interns do we let go? I've got an answer for you. Besides that, I go around traveling around South Africa, talking to senior executives about this kind of stuff that I'm going to share with you. And sometimes they pay me a lot of money to listen to the things that they already know. I'm not going to tell you anything new, but they pay and they listen very carefully. Sure, I even have a small video clip, about 10 minutes, I'll play it at the end. So I want you to listen carefully, because from studying all those people, there are core characteristics that make certain people successful, and some of us mediocre, some of us we don't make it. Don't be like those children of Israel who left the place of bondage to go to the promised land, a trip that was supposed to take. Who are the religious people? I'm not good with scriptures, but I read that thing. Because I wondered, why does a trip of 11 days take you 40 years? 40 years. Starting from here, God said, there's the promised land for you. Let's put the promised land. There's a promised land for you there. But what I realized, the reason why they didn't make it, oh, they complained. You complain after complaint along the way. They didn't even have faith. They were scared to go there, despite looking at the miracles that God was showing. At some point, I understand they were hungry. Hey, God, hey, it's rough here. God said, here's manna from heaven. Food was just dropping. But they didn't believe. They were so doubtful. So my lesson number one to you, you have so many gifts and talents, as you heard from the song, given to you by the divine source. I don't know what divine source you prayed. God, Badimu, Allah, whatever your divine source that created you, showered you with a lot of gifts and talents for you to come and make a meaningful contribution to the world. Now, most of us, instead of getting on with business, we complain, we blame. And for some reason, it's most people who are educated who complain the most. Do you know that? So many, they are so doubtful. I think education has done something to us that we tend to overanalyze and we complain. People who are not that educated, you'll find them on the street. Go to Long Street, they're sitting there with things, selling, making things happen. They don't hear. But what about us? So I took it upon me to talk to some of our scientists, people who are educated, to assure and remind them that they are put here for a good reason. And most of the time, if you go hoping for the promised land, as I have done with my life story, kept working hard, hoping that someday I'll be paid on my bonds, my cars, I'll be free. Ha! It never happened. Actually, it's when you look back, or me when I look back, I realized that most of my better days were spent when I was a student. I received so many grants. I was a highly paid student. I had to go to the office. Oh, you can't get 3 bursaries, Mr. Hulit. You are only allowed 2. But why not? But why not? I mean, I worked hard. When I didn't have a bursary, where were you? When I wasn't studying, I was DJing in the clubs at night, collecting more money. I had a group of dancers. There were 2 Zimbabweans, 2 Kenyan, 1 South Africans. We had our uniform. We went performing in many places. Oh, those were the best days. Unfortunately, they are gone. I'm only waking up now to say, hey, I think this is it now. This thing that things are going to be paid off, I will study later. No, I'm going to enjoy it now where I am and live it. And funny enough, when I start living it, that's when the world start to take me serious. Now they're paying me to tell you what you know. Here is a picture. Common phenomena. This study was done by L. Nightingale back in the days. It's happening even today. If you take about 100 people, or a lot of people, then that's what they did then. They followed them when they were 18, checked them on until they retired. When they were 18, they asked them a question. What do you want to do? What do you want to become? Pilots? I want to sell ice cream and sit at the back of the car and eat it all. They had all these nice dreams. And they followed them through their lives. After retirement, only 5% makes the cut. 1% became successful, like the Mutsipes, the Bill Gates of this world. The red guy has all the money. So they spend half of their life making money, the rest half giving it away. How about that as your life plan? I'm going to spend the half of my life making all the money, then the remainder giving it away. That's the red guy. The blue guys are successful, they have money, they can go to vacation, Mauritius every year or so, send kids to Harvard, MIT, they're well off. Then you've got the gray, they're okay, you can go to UCT, VETS, you're okay, but they can't vacation all the time, they have to check the bank balance. The rest of us, the yellow guys, stepping on each other too. Did you see how this thing migrates? Let me play it one more time. You look how it happens in real life. We're starting here at age 18. We're going 20 years, 20, 30, 30, 40, 40, 50, around 55. The successful people gather among themselves, form strong networks among themselves, help each other when in trouble. Most of us, we even run away from them because we want to be around our poor brothers so that we can feel better. At least I can eat a sandwich. He's still eating peanut butter. No. And we're stepping on each other, backstabbing each other, trying to get the leftovers. My key message, make sure you make notes. Make sure you identify people who are doing much better than you do. Hang around them. Learn what they do, what they wear, what they eat. If anything, spend your last month to pretend like you're them. Say, oh, Dr. Amulet is so successful. Ask me out for a date. Buy me good food. I will share with you some wisdom. And then you take something with you to implement. As opposed to feeling better by being surrounded by people who look like you and stepping each other's toe. Now I'm going to share with you 6 key principles for you to achieve greatness. I made it simple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 21 of them, but I chose these 6. The first one, you need to have an understanding of this knowledge economy. Dr. Maharaj talked briefly about the global challenges, food security, energy security, you name them, financial crisis, political instability. There are a whole lot of grand challenges. But now we're transitioning from the industrial age to the knowledge economy. The values, the principles are slightly different. Some of the things that you know from the knowledge economy, driven by technological innovations. We innovate, we bring new concepts, new ideas to the marketplace. This guy apparently made a lot of money by this accessory. Realized that in Kenya people have all these cell phones, invented a rubber band you put your phone in, patented it, and make money. So you don't have to be the most brilliant people. You need to identify what the need is and see how to address that need. That's how you get paid. Medical breakthroughs. If your heart is misperforming and doing that, they don't open it up like they used to do in the past. They insert all this catheter inside and look with microscope and tingle with it, and tomorrow you're out of the hospital. new diagnostic kits. You will hear the word genomics, human genome, nanotechnology. Those are big words, and sometimes I blame scientists because they want to keep them less difficult so that you don't associate with them. Just at least have an idea. What are the innovations happening? What do they mean? When they talk about biofuel, what is it? How is it different from the petrol that you get? So that you can have conversations with those people who are pretending to be solving big problems. Because we talk big words. Yeah, I think you can conquer this biofuel problem. Yeah. Don't sit there one, just say, yeah, biofuel is good. I think it's along the line of green economy, right? Yes. And now you act like you know, we look at you. She said green economy. I think she knows something. When time for promotion comes, we need to look at you because you said green economy. So a few of those global things that are happening. The first one is this advances in IT biotechnology. We are moving into a borderless global competition. Whatever you do, the company that you're going to work for, they are competing with the Chinese, the Indians, selling things cheap and everything else. If I advertise a job now, we get more than 200 applicants. People from here, UK, US, because the recession and the global economy is rough, they want to come to Africa because they heard that Africa is the next thing to happen. So you are competing with those people. So you need to ask yourself, what do you need to do different to be competitive? There's this regional economic strengthening in Cape Town. You cannot come and think you're going to do mining in Cape Town. No. So you better be thinking of Joburg. Cape Town has its own advantages. And when you talk about the medical world, I understand there's a group of highly talented medical technologies, IT hub. You think Cape Town, because that's what Cape Town is good at. They're strengthening that component. So every part in the world, you go to India, you find that all the software engineers, they are congregating there. You go to Massachusetts, you find that biotechnology is the hub. So there are all these regional hubs that you need to know where they are so that you position yourself. You may have to go and work there for a while. Companies, we are moving from the old hierarchical structures where you have to get 5 signatures before you get things done. Companies are adopting new production technologies. A job that was done by 20, 30 people now is done by one person. So as companies, we ask ourselves, what's our competitive edge? We downsize, we focus on a small area. That impacts you and the job. The last one is very obvious, and I think that's what you should be paying more attention to. We need skilled employees because the world is driven by technological innovation. And by skill, I'm not saying get a degree. You need to just understand the concept. Degree is good because it strengthens your credibility. But even without it, just pay attention to all these changes that are happening. You know the NDP. Who knows this? Who has seen this picture before? National Development Plan of South Africa. Hence, you have some work to do. This is a document that was developed by the National Planning Commission to identify what the challenges are in South Africa and what we need to do to address them, to develop a prosperous, equitable South Africa and identify these challenges. And we call it the 2030 plan. So we said by 2030 we should have addressed those things in that plan. That plan is the guiding plan for South Africa. The jobs, the money, everything is around that plan. Please Google National Planning Commission or something and find a document and read it. There's a version, I think 5-6 page, read it. For example, in terms of job, we want to create 11 million jobs by 2030. Quality healthcare, national health insurance. Who had that word before? National health insurance. Let me just jump. The second thing, we're moving, we don't have time. I have a session called Know Your Authentic Self. Know who you are. Now you know what the problems are in the world. You look at them and say, who am I? What the hell was I born to do? It is the most difficult question that you probably have to answer. Ask your colleagues, ask what the hell were you born? You will hear an essay story. Say, tell me in a sentence. You'll hear a paragraph. Yeah, I thought I was going to do this, and I went to medical school, and they kicked me. I said, ooh, I want one line. What are you born to do? So I work with people who are struggling to answer it. We do work and then we unpack it. We'll come back for a serious workshop. But you need to know your triggers. William O'Brien says it well, that the success of an intervention depends on the interior condition of the intervener. You can have the greatest strategy plan, your life plan that you want to execute. But if you don't understand internally what drives you as a person, you're going to struggle. Ralph Emerson also said it similarly, to say what lies behind and what lies ahead are nothing compared to what lies within us. I want to stress that point, that you need to stop and reflect and ask yourself questions. There are two types of motivational triggers, like I'm using big words there. I'm a doctor, by the way. Intrinsic versus extrinsic motivation. So I go to them and say, what drives you? Is it the intrinsic or extrinsic? Before I define, I say, I say, is it intrinsic or extrinsic? I don't know. These are good, especially when you're in 10, you've been suffering, the bank balance was dry for a while, now you've got money, you need to take care of yourself, buy things, get that position. That works for a while. Once you achieve that, the other stuff becomes more important. Ask your seniors, your mentors. You'll find that they're making time to mentor you because of the internal fulfillment they get. They've accomplished something. They make time for you. They're not driven by this stuff. It is important. Don't get me wrong. I used to think, money doesn't matter as long as I'm helping people. Zig Ziglar said it very well, saying, money is not everything, but it sure ranks up there with oxygen. Because if you don't have it, you will feel the pain. So don't be shy. I used to say, as long as I'm helping people and making a difference. No. You call me to come and I say, you're going to pay me. I may not give the money. Once I have it, I'm sponsoring a few people like in Popo where I stay, they go to school, I pay. I take your money because you have the means, I give it to them. So I'm a source of channeling money. So don't be afraid, set up targets, how much money you want to make, go after it, make it, but use it for good use. Don't buy all these brown, yellow, orange shoes that they wear, what do you call it, Cadena or... So, but there's this Cortana guys, they wear that's all that matters to them. As long as they look better than their poor brother next door, they feel like they have achieved. That does not count for too long. It will work for the beginning. But as you go on and on, you want to have meaning, make things that contribute to the world. And I used to give an example, or I give an example by a friend of mine who's the most successful executive. I won't mention his name. He's earning all the money. You know how much he earns a month? 350,000 rand. I thought like that too when I heard. You get 5,000. When are you going to get to 350? But be rest assured, it is possible. Mr. Bosman, who owns your price? Around 55 million rand a year. Why are other people getting 55 million a year and you only getting 60,000? It's not fair, right? I thought so too. There are things that they are doing that you are not doing. So there are various things that trigger people to action. Most of us know what we need to do. We know we need to eat healthy. We know we need to work hard. We know. But what is lacking is what I call the motivational triggers. When you go and knock at the door and say, can I get a job? They say, no, go home. Do you go cry and say, I'm just nothing. They even gave my friend, and he's so dumber than me. I don't know how he got it. No. You need to rely on your motivational trigger to get up and do it again and again. As I said, for some of us it's a song. I go do something, I play my music, I will dance like they haven't touched me. You punch me, I fall down, I play a song. Some people read, some People listen to me speak. Maybe this could turn you on and say, Jesus, this guy reminded me, I'm going to do something different. So that's what you need to know, your motivational trigger. Some people is disgust. Some people just there to piss you off. And they piss you off for a reason, because you don't need to be there. I had a friend who resigned from work with an SMS. Monday morning, guys, I am not coming back. Thank you for accommodating me for 5 years. I will deliver your laptop through a courier. You will get it in the morning. Disgust. But after that, he started his own consulting company. It flourished. So if he was not disgusted or rubbed off, he wouldn't have done something. That was his motivational trigger. And I told him, I said, if I will, I'll get being disgusted everywhere I go so that I keep on waiting. There are many other things. I know we don't have time. Crucibles, sometimes a burning platform. Burning platform is like where you have no choice. I mean, a friend of mine, they repossessed his car, his house, all that stuff. Pity enough, he hanged himself in the garage because he couldn't, his sense of identity was gone. A burning platform, you have to do. If there's fire, you're not going to sit and say, let me think, which exit am I going to use? Is it left or right? Okay, let's see who's in it. No, you're going to stumble on top of them and run. If that's the kind of trigger you need, I don't know, burn something so that you get moving. Let's move. Number 3, you need to integrate your portfolio of passion. Write this thing down. You're going to remind me when I'm gone, and when you ask me to remind you, you're going to pay out of your pocket next time. It's going to be painful. We're all born with a variety of talents and skills. But sometimes when you go to school because you're a scientist, you forget about the rest. You tend to think, because I'm a scientist, that's what I'm born to do. No, science is just a means. You can be a scientist and go work in the bank. You can be a scientist and be a DJ like me and rock it in the clubs. So you need to understand what excites you, what brings joy to you, nurture it. If you can cook. I helped a lady she cooks so good, but she's also a scientist. So we're doing this exercise in the workshop. I said, write me 3 things that you're passionate about. What are you? I have my own. I said, I like leadership, I like science, I like music. These are the kind of stuff that I do. I said, tell me about your own portfolio of passion. I'm a doctor, I have to use big words. I said, what's your portfolio of passion? What is your portfolio of passion? Well, I used to swim when I was a kid. No! What do you do now? Not when you were a kid. Oh, I used to play soccer, but my mom told me to stop. Oh, mom! People, be serious. You know what used to excite you when you were a kid? You can cook. Maybe you like to do hair. There's a lady who likes to do hair. We're working on a plan now. She wants to get this hair and sell it to the people and all that. I said, write a plan. Write something. Do something. And once you do it and you nurture it, you're going to get money. So some of the things I do myself, I go out there. You see this lady is rubberizing, going like this, because I'm clicking it behind the scene there. And I'm the one who's paying. They pay to come and dance to my music, by the way. I have what I call Dr. Joe's Club, where people subscribe, we sit, we do workshops and stuff. I come and speak to people like you. I go lecturing on big halls to executives. I work with industry partners. There we were in Switzerland, invited by Nestle, because they want to harvest our natural biodiversity and find natural ingredients. So, Dr. Amliti, we want partnerships. Can you fly? I said, okay. Can you please fly me business? There's something called business class. No problem. And then I go and we negotiate. And I come here, I'm working with traditional healers somewhere in Venda, because they have so much wisdom. Hang around old people. Valuable information. Be patient and listen to their stories. Time is against us. Continuous development. We're at number 4. 2 more left. You need to continuously develop yourself. Developing doesn't mean getting a degree and that's it. No. You learn until you perish. Degrees are good because they validate, they show you have credentials. And I put this slide deliberately. When I go and DJ and they play music, they think, what does it know? I said, come to my workshop. When they come, I said, pa, degrees. Very educated young men. They said, that's DJ Mazoza? Can't believe it. We thought you were a science nerd, somebody who always look into the book. I say, no. Next time I come, I want to see your qualification. And it doesn't have to be a formal degree. You can go and take a course. When you finish it, they give you a certificate. Put it somewhere and tell the world that you have a certificate. You were an intern. They were never interns. They will ask you, how was it to be like an intern? You say, pay me, I will tell you. And then you share your life experiences because they are unique to you. They didn't travel the same journey as you. I learned from mentors, people who have achieved something, people that I admire to be like. These are the best motivational leadership guru in the world. I researched them. I met Bill George when I was in the US, and I asked for an appointment. I said, Bill, can I talk to you? And he shared his wisdom. And Jim Rohn, my man, let me play a clip from Jim Rohn. This is the kind of stuff I listen to. Good stuff.
And now let me give you that philosophy. He said, success is something you attract by the person you become. Success is something you attract by the person you become. Success is not something you pursue, chase, run after. Success is something you develop, something you become. You attract success. Tomorrow we're going to talk leadership. Here's the theme of leadership. To attract attractive people, you must be attractive. To attract skillful people, you must be skillful. To attract committed people, you must be committed. So the whole key to unlock all the treasures, whether it's economic treasures or spiritual treasures, financial, social, personal, every way you can possibly think of, is by your own personal development. Then he added one more, which is so important, and it's probably worth the price of the seminar.
I carried that they didn't pay for no seminar. But the key message is success is something you attract by the person you become. And you become attractive through continuously refining your skills, your talent, and offering value to the marketplace. That's it. People think, oh, I'm going to be successful, I'm going to go after it and do it. No, you focus on your interior. Who am I? What are my passions? What are my motivational triggers? And then once you have that, you embark on a long life learning. Communication skills, key. Writing skills, key. Go take a course about communication or writing. Have a certificate, put it up there. Continuously refine, find mentors, role models, people who do things that you want to do. Because they have traveled the journey before. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. Most people I talk to, they do not have a coach or a role model. It's going to be a long yellow life. We want green life. So remember those green, red dots? I'm trying to move you from the yellow to the green. If anything, the gray. But even the gray. Several areas that you need to continuously develop yourself. It's not only about the career, your physical health. Your body needs to have the energy to do a whole lot of things. You need to be healthy. You need the discipline to exercise, eat healthy. Your vision, your mind need to be nurtured. You need to read, develop yourself. Your heart needs to be nurtured. You need to love. Find people that surround you, that love you, that you love. Share your love with people. Find the work that you love. Don't settle in things that you don't. Your soul needs to leave a legacy. You want to contribute. You want to connect to your spiritual source. You need to pray, worship your spiritual source because it makes you lucky. Have you heard the word lucky? Have you wondered why are some people more luckier than you? You can't buy lucky from ShopRite. Hey, they're just so lucky that we are. No, they pray. When you're sleeping, they are on their knees. They are reading their Bibles. They are talking to the divine source. But we've lost that art. We watch TV until we sleep in front of TV. We drag ourselves to bed. We get up tomorrow morning, they say, take time and pause and say, my divine source, I believe you put me here for a purpose. I'm kind of confused now. Guide the way. Lead me to the right places. And tomorrow you get to work, you say, hey, come, let's talk. We have this opportunity, we think you might be the person. Say, oh, I know, is that clear? Once you've done that, you develop what I call your exceptional living plan. Your grand plan. I have mine, you need to have yours. Mine is even in my bag. I travel with it. I look at the 7 areas. I say, why is exercising important to me? You need the more, you need the whys. The whys need to be so strong than the actual doing. January, February, the gym is packed with people who don't have the whys. Come March, they are starting to think twice. They go once a week. April, they are gone. We are regulars. Every day I have to go because I need a healthy lifestyle to enjoy all the money that I'm making. What's the point of making all this money and I'm paralyzed, I can't even eat? No, I have to exercise, run, eat healthy. It's difficult sometimes. Once in a while, I look at that packet of chips, I teach it a lesson, but tomorrow morning, 6 o'clock, I pay the price. I say, chips, you gotta go, you gotta go. You are not wanted. You also need to have a financial plan. Things need to balance out. At the end, when you have 5, I don't know how much 5,000 goes, but it needs to cover things. It's just the habit, it's not the amount. The biggest lesson I've learned back then was to say 10%. 10% is yours. 10% you give away to a good charity cause, to a church, to whatever. They can share the remaining 80%. If they don't fit them, let them fight, let them cancel their cell phones, let them take water, let them take my jeans, I'll run around with my undies. I do not compromise on paying myself first. Once I got that principle a long time ago, it becomes so easy. That's how you build wealth, by the way. Take that 10%, you put it in some mutual fund or something, it grows, it grows, it grows. Ignite your entrepreneurial spirit. We all entrepreneur. How much do I still have time? You watch me, I can talk forever here. What? The jobs are not there anymore. Now you wonder people looking at their CVs, even if you send this, we don't respond. Not that we don't love you, they're just too many. If you get 300 CVs and you have to acknowledge every one of them, you'll spend the next week just acknowledging CVs. You will send a CV, you would not hear from them. But that's not your problem. Your problem is just to send them as fast as you can. Whether you meet the job or just send, they will at least read your name and delete. And then you send again, one of them, and you pray, one of them will be lucky. But then that means you have to ask yourself, how do I use my gifts and talent to create wealth? And the people who create wealth most of the time don't go after money. Confused guy looking and say, money, passion, money. Follow your passion, it is so true. Once you do what you love, it will come so natural. We will see that is the real you, and we will pay. When I work with entrepreneurs to help them put plans, 7 out of the 10 things that you need have nothing to do with your product, have nothing to do with what you're going to sell, have to do with you as a person. We solve this thing. You have to have the self-confidence, say, you know what, I've eaten so many chickens, I love chickens so much that I'm going to sell these chickens. Believe it or not, I don't care, I'm going to sell them. And have the confidence. Then you need to be disciplined. If I say you're going to knock at 50 doors every day, tell them you've got a chicken, it has to be 50. Don't go, hey, we don't want chicken, get off the gate. You go, no, ma'am, these are the best chicken you've ever seen, ma'am. Let's go. Okay, I'll come tomorrow. You come again, you come until the discipline. We've lost the art of discipline. We ask one, they say no, we shut off. Service mindset, passion, vision, you need to have credibility, stories. Show me that you've sold something, even if it's Kit Kat. Start with Kit Kat. Buy 10 Kit Kats, give to some kid at the street, sell them, and then you show that you sold something. So once we get, you need to have connections. Once you've done this, it becomes easy now to do the rest. The rest, we say, what product then can you sell? Which product? What's your sales process? Are you going to sell it online? Do you develop a website? Do you do door-to-door? And then you put the structures and the processes, and then it's done. So focus on your interior. The success of any intervention depends on the... I taught myself discipline with the apple. Had competition. Who knows something about an apple? Say once, let's hear. An apple a day keeps the doctor away. When I was naive and stupid, I internalized that principle. I almost died from the apples I ate. Had a competition with a friend. I said, let's buy boxes of apples. You're going to eat one apple every day at the same time. I beat the guy. I walked around with so many apples because I didn't want to miss it. Because to me, it was discipline. If you can't be disciplined with small things, such as eating apple, forget about going to the gym, forget about saving 10%, forget about the rest. If you cannot honor your own values, your own, that you create, say I'm going to do A, B, C, D, and you don't do them, then the world won't honor you. Bought boxes of apples, every day, 8 up. And it gives me confidence after each day I have done my task for the day. Then it elevates me to do other tasks. My body's missed, woke up Saturday morning, ate 7 apples. Hey, but I made up for the week. I said, no, you missed the principle. It's not about guzzling 7 apples in one morning because your papa last. It's a principle. It has to be a day. Some things you have to do every single day. Every single day. Every single day. That's how you get the discipline. But we're not going to talk about what discipline entails. But when we unpack it, you delay gratification. You know, internship is just now. I might not have it. I will get it later. It's not going to finish. You accept responsibility. You don't pass blame to the next people. You say, it's me, it's my life. I have to be responsible for it. Dedication to the truth. You mess up. You look at yourself in the mirror and say, I have messed up here. You punish yourself. You do good stuff. You celebrate. Balance it and pet. I said, stop. Which one are you? Are you A, B, C? Some people are stuck. I am going to do it next year. Next year becomes next year. Next year becomes next year. Some people get to the B, they write the plans, at least the plan is there, but they don't get to the action part because they're scared, because what are people going to think about me, and many other things. So from time to time, your life will fluctuate from this. There's a time where you have to pause. Look at your plan, structure, and say, perfect, now I've got my plan. Get into an action mode. Don't wait for things to be right. They are never going to be right. There's never a right time for anything. You just have to appreciate that I'm going to learn, fail, learn, and the more and more and more I do it, the better I become and get on. And most of the time, people who are successful, those red, they are action takers. They do it, they learn, they've redefined failure. To them, there's no failure. It's all a big lesson. They learn, they try, they do it, they learn, and they keep refining. So once you have your plans, remember I'm giving you tools. Once you have your plans written, try some things, write down, write what you've learned. Not whether you failed or succeeded. What's important is the muscle you develop when you are doing the action. Ask and it will be given to you. People have lost the art of asking. Sometimes I want to be a hairdresser. I say, how many people have you asked to help you? My mom said she doesn't have money. Whoa! I need to see a list. I've tried 1, 2, 3, 4. You knock on doors, you try different things. And if anything, quote the scriptures. Somebody said, if I ask, it will be given to me. And then you need to believe that it will be. Pass. There was a time where I thought I was going to be the best soccer player in life. But I realized when they were selecting people to play, I was sitting on the bench. Like a spare wheel, when somebody's out, we will put you in. It was a hard pill to swallow. That I wasn't going to go to Liverpool. But I said, okay, I'll try something else. I went to do guitar with my friend. We cranked that guitar. When I remember those days, I feel like crying. Nobody ever listened. I think the minute I played, people left the building. I had to pass. I'm also a farmer. I have cows. This is where I grew up. I sometimes talk about my humble beginnings, where I grew up in Limpopo, how tough it was. Because sometimes people think, oh, I had a rough beginning. No, it's not where you come from. It's where you are going. But nonetheless, celebrate. Well, you see, that's me slaughtering. When I'm happy, even a cow loses his life. If I work so hard for something and I want it, I'm like, something has to bleed. By that time, KFC is not enough. I take one of my cows, I say, hush. I say, oh, my ancestors, I am so happy for listening to my prayers. I eat. Not that I don't have respect for animals, I love them. But I know sometimes I need to eat. Sometimes I wear suits, I mean look the best, I get certificates, I finish. You need to celebrate. I don't see the spirit of celebrating there. Can you shout a little bit? Woo! All right, we are celebrating now. The last one. It's about your connections. You're going to work with your supervisor, your mentor. Your mentor has connections. You need to meet those other connections. Tell them about your passions, your motivational triggers, the knowledge economy. Talk a sophisticated language. And then those people become in your network. You write them down on your list. Once in a while, even when you finish, you send them an SMS, an email. Thank you for helping me 15 years ago. Things are going good. I'm doing ABCD. They feel good because they know they contributed to you and your development. And then you need to nurture those networks from time to time. Most of the opportunities that we get in life is because of our networks. People call. I got a call from my friend in the US, Joe. There's an opportunity in Australia. We think you might be interested. Ah! Why calling me when so many people are unemployed? That says, Joe, you are successful, young, and going places. That's why they call you. I go celebrate. So people who know you, when I see a job, I think about people that I know who resonate with the job, and I give them a call. Hey, there's this opportunity. Are you interested? It's a natural phenomenon. Oh, you're doing them a favor? Yes! Let people do you a favor. And then you balance all those different parts, and your relationships, families, you've got personal, you've got community, you juggle and do all that. Yeah. And then, like I said, you need to stop from time to time. I take my 2 hours in the morning, from 5 to 7, I look at my plans, I reflect, what do I know? I listen to my clips and I get in a different play. By 8 o'clock when people come to annoy me, oh, I'm already there. They can't get me down. If anything, I can pull them up. And then think and grow rich. They don't say work and grow rich. You won't grow rich by working. You have to think, write it down. If anything, have a habit of writing your plans down. So we touched on the 6 things. Here they are. We didn't have time. I do this in a workshop for a whole day. We write, we journal, we do all. But if you can start with this, I guarantee you, you will see differences in your life. Do I have time to play my clip? Or I'm finished my time? This is me, your professional speaker, your DJ, and your coach. My number, if you want to email me, because people always ask me for emails. When you do great things, email me. I will say, congratulations, you listen. Send me your exceptional living plan. I will look at it and say, congratulations. Because you are a privileged DST NRF intern, I won't charge you.